Alright, today I'm going to show how to talk to creation, to ask any question you want, and it'll be answered. Doesn't matter what it is. So you go out into the nature. I'm going into a forest, and you take off your shoes, so you're barefoot or you got socks on, because the ground is it's electromagnetic, and the rubber is an insulator on your shoe soles, so you gotta be barefoot. It makes it a lot easier to do this. And you can ask, the way you ask the question is you visualize it in your head. Like, I'm going to say it out loud because of the video, but I'm visualizing it in my head in the way that nature would understand. Because nature doesn't understand words. I mean, the Creator does. Or wouldn't it? But like nature, which is what you're trying to talk to, doesn't understand it that way. So you think in terms of nature. So I don't know what question I'm gonna ask, but let's get a little deeper. You ask the question, and then you visualize a solution to the question. This is one way to do it. Or you can visualize, like you can ask a yes or no question. That's probably the best way to start. And then visualize the yes answer and the no answer. But the way I've been doing it recently is ask a question, and then you visualize different solutions. And then after you ask the question for the solution, you gotta listen. You gotta use all five senses and notice differences around you. Like the wind, or birds will start chirping more, or an ambulance siren in the distance, or a fire engine, or a train chewing, or something will fly in front of your face, or a leaf will fall in front of your face, or like anything. Just all five senses and your thoughts. Like, see the leaf falling? Alright, so hopefully this works. Let me take off my shoes, my boots, find a place to sit. Sit on this little ledge here. I guess if I'm sitting, I don't really have to take off my shoes because my butt is touching the ground. But for these purposes, why not take off my shoes? Something's in there. We can ask what made those holes in that bark, and then I would visualize termites. And then I would visualize, I don't know, woodpecker, or a beaver, or a drill. Maybe someone drilled the holes in that. Socks work too. You don't have to be totally barefoot, because like socks, kind of like electrostatic. Like you get the static electricity, so they're conductive. So socks are usually fine, especially if they're cotton, like 100% cotton. All right, let's ask a question. And I'll show you what I'm looking at while I'm asking. All right, it's nice and quiet. Now I'm gonna ask the question in my head. I'm asking you this question. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm just saying it out loud for the video. Is this the correct way to speak to the Creator. And I imagine myself like barefoot touching a tree or something. And then for my yes part of the question, well, the no part of the question, I'll do like a disconnection, like, I don't know, rubber shoes, or like a cutoff, like Aurora cutoff or something. Well, I think that's what I'm thinking now. Or like a big X, maybe. That you might, I don't know. And I'm not really getting anything from nature. Now I think of the yes, and I'm visualizing like energy going through the tree, into me, into the ground, and like going all around. And now I look at everything. The wind is slightly picking up. Now I ask it again. This is where it gets interesting. You gotta, if you can't pick it up the first time, you ask it again, and then it'll slowly, more shit will start happening. Watch. Is this the way to do it? Is this the way to communicate with creation? And the wind's picking up more. Alright, let me ask again. Let's look somewhere else this time. Is this the way to communicate with the Creator? And I'm visualizing energy going through my body, through the ground, into my feet, and into my hands, into the. See the wind picking up? And you hear the beep? Now I'm gonna ask again. Same question. Is this how you communicate with the Creator? And I feel energy coming through me. I imagine that, visualize that, the energy flowing through me from the trees into me, and flowing through everything. You see that leaf that just fell? Now let me ask no this time and say there's no connection. Nothing really. Let me ask yes though. I'm gonna ask yes again, change the direction. Is this how you communicate with creation? The bug just flew in front of my eyes. The wind's picking up a little bit. Let's ask again. Is this how you communicate with creation? My hands touching the ground next to me. In the dirt. You hear the sirens? Let me do it one more time while touching a tree. Last couple times I did it, I was touching a tree, and it got a lot bigger response. Alright, still barefoot in the woods. Now I'm touching the tree. This tree right here. Let's look this way. This is how you communicate with creation. Barefoot in nature. And then I imagine the aurora or the ether or whatever flowing through me. And the wind picks up and the siren goes again. I ask again. Is this how you communicate with creation? The wind picks up more. That's a better question. The last question I asked was, what is the purpose of thorn bushes? I mean, and vines. And I imagined thorns and vines. And at first I imagined, is it to prevent critters from like going dangerous areas? Like I would have like a piece of metal on the ground, I would imagine, and then the thorns are surrounding it. And I never got a real good response with that. And I think I figured out what they actually are for, thorns and vines. So let's ask it that. See if we get a legit response. The thorns and vines come out to pull down like the brush, and I've seen that. But let's ask nature. You hear the wind picking up? You see the leaves falling? It's the purpose of thorns and vines to cover up brush, just to get rid of the dead brush. And then I imagine it coming out to get rid of the dead brush. The wind still picked up a little bit. It's picking up more. Alright, let's ask again. Is the thorns and vines to take down the brush, the dead brush? I thought I heard something here. Let's touch this tree. How you doing, tree? You got a weird little branch there. How's it hanging? Alright, let's ask again. The thorns and vines to take down dead brush and the leaves and endangered objects. The leaf. Alright, let's do one more question. Alright, the last couple times I did it, the first time I did it, I had a bird fly within 1 inch of my face at full speed. Right behind my head, back of my head. Like, right next to it. Where the wind of it almost knocked off my hat. And then I recently did it again, and I had a hawk just perch right on a branch right in front of me and just stare at me, and then just take off. Like all nature, this is how everything communicates. We're the only ones that don't do it this way because of language. See, there's a bird. Let me ask it again. Right after I said bird, a bird pops up. What am I asking this time? It's weird. You have something that can answer any question in the world, and I can't think of a freaking question for it. Alright, how am I gonna make money after getting after leaving my job? Do I do it in cryptocurrency? And now I imagine like exchanging money for the land that I'm on, which is what I need to buy, what I own, and I'm still paying it off. And then I imagine, for the solution, I'm imagining cryptocurrency, which is me sitting on a computer and like messing around with something on the computer. That's what I'm imagining as I do this. A little bit of a wind pickup. Now imagine making money by going back to work as a programmer. Dead fucking silence. Yeah, I agree. Now another one would be making money by selling bundles of wood, or because I got a forest. And let's see what happens. I'm imagining putting firewood into bundles. I heard a little quack somewhere, and the wind's a little bit faster, and this dude's waving a little bit. Alright, now I'm gonna imagine this is the solution that the hawk showed up last time. My solution is to petrify wood into gemstones and sell the gemstones for thousands of dollars and become rich. The wind picks up a shit ton. Alright, this seems like it's the right answer, so I'm going to ask it again. Hear the wind? I petrify wood to make gemstones and sell the gemstones. Alright, let's ask it again. To make money, do I petrify wood with my forge to make gemstones? Petrify firewood. Alright, last time. Do I make money by petrifying wood with my forge? And I'm imagining this in my head, visualizing it. I have a forge, it's been done before, like the state of Washington, like their college has done it. And they did it by soaking wood. I'm not gonna tell you the secret. That would ruin my business plan, right? But you can look it up. To make gemstones. I'm imagining that. Imagining selling gemstones to a hand-rubbing graveler. The wind's picking up. The wind's really picking up. Alright, there's one more solution that I keep seeing it keeps popping up on TikTok. Mushrooms. Because I'm finding all kinds of wild mushrooms in the forest, and apparently that's like people do that. They forage for mushrooms and sell it to places for boatloads of money. So let me ask that. Now I'm thinking about growing mushrooms in the chopped firewood that I have. Like, nothing really. Alright, let's go back to the petrified wood and the gemstones. Let's change the view a little bit. Now, I make money by petrifying wood into gemstones, and I'm imagining it now, or visualizing it. And the wind's picking up again. want to be sure, so I'm going to ask again. Do I make money by petrifying wood in gemstones? And then I'm visualizing it. The wind still picked up. You see that? Fucking branch just falls on the ground. Like, yeah, you want to ask again? The branch is gonna fall on your head. Alright, I guess it's settled. I'm making gemstones. I'm becoming a grabbler. Alright, that's my video. That's how you talk to creation. I'm not really that great at it, but if you keep working at it, it gets easier, and you don't need to ask 15 times and have a branch fall on your head. But that's all I got. Yeah, I forgot something. When you hear like the sounds while you're doing this, some things like sounds mean different things. Like when you hear a dog bark, a dog only barks at something that it doesn't like. You never hear a dog bark at something that it likes. You know what I mean? So if you hear a dog bark, that could mean, no, that's not right. But this is just me. It's my personal context. It could be different for other people. And it could mean something good when the context is right. I put my shoes back on, but let's ask the creator and see what it says. When dogs bark, does that mean no or wrong? And I'm thinking like shaking my head like no, and showing like visualizing like a dog barking, and the wind is picking up, so it sounds like that's right. And I'll ask again. When a dog barks, is that like a no for something? And I'm visualizing this in my head when I'm asking it. Or is it a yes? Is it a yes? Or is it a no? Well, anyway, I have my shoes on, so maybe it's just not. I was touching a tree, so maybe I figured that might help, but I didn't really get a good read. Alright, one more time. Touching this thing. How do I visualize? See, this is the toughest part, is figuring out how to visualize it in your head without like words. I imagine a dog barking. Me in the woods, barefoot, looking like an idiot, asking a question to nature, and then show a dog barking, and then I don't know how to convey no, or like that's wrong, or that's not the right. It's weird, but I don't know. It's part of this stuff you gotta figure out. Another one I think is that might work for me is a fire engine. If you hear a fire engine going, that means like you're hot, you're on fire, you're close. You know what I mean? If you hear like an ambulance siren, that might mean no, that you're wrong. You're gonna get hurt or something. If you hear like a train chew, like choo-choo or whatever, then I think it means you're on to something. Like, there you go. Like, I don't know. Like you're hot, kind of like the fire engine. If you hear a car horn, it's the same thing, I think. Unless it's like a long horn, then maybe it's like that's saying a wrong answer. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to interpret it, but I think I'm kind of onto something with the dog and the fire engine and the train. I have a radiator at my house, and every time that thing bongs, like, it just makes these pops, these loud pops. And whenever it pops, I always am looking at something like some synchronicity. So that's like my go-to. I'm correct. My go-to, I'm correct. Yeah, I keep stopping because I keep hearing stuff in the woods. But yeah, it's my go-to. I'm correct. Is when my radiator bongs when I'm on my computer. But the wind picking up, the wind seems to answer the most to it. And then leaves, and then when it was summer, it was insects, so it would fly in my face. And then birds. I think birds confirm it for me, because the two craziest experiences I've had was when birds answered. And the one time it flew 1 inch from my head. The other time it was a hawk, and he just like imagine a hawk just like coming out of nowhere, landing on that branch there and just staring at me for like 5 seconds, and then just takes off. Like, he was like, "Are you good?" But yeah, I'll keep trying to make videos like this. Maybe YouTube be how I can make money from like if I get a lot of. I'm not gonna get a lot of subscribers. I ain't say too much crazy shit on my channel. But yeah, this is my video. Thanks for watching.